Hi everyone, my name is Jenny McClay. I'm a classical clarinetist, and I'm here today to share my review of the Tomplay app. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the absolutely astounding number of pieces available on Tomplay. There are dozens of thousands of pieces, thousands just for clarinet alone, and I'm still going through the library and constantly impressed by the variety of music that's available. They have tons of pieces for clarinet at a variety of skill levels, whether you're an absolute beginner, intermediate, to upper advanced, even professional, they have something for you. This is everything from standard clarinet repertoire to jazz, to pop, to klezmer, to movie music, to wonderful arrangements. There is going to be something on the Tomplay app that you will love. I've been enjoying using it to revisit standard clarinet repertoire such as the Weber Concerto, the Brahms sonatas, Poulenc sonatas, and a variety of standard clarinet repertoire. But there's also really cool arrangements. I found a new to me pieces that I've been enjoying playing, and I can't wait to program those on recitals. Another feature that I really like about the Tomplay app is the backing track. So this will be applicable to any piece that you're playing that has accompaniment. It will have a backing track, and if you're playing solo music, such as clarinet warm-up, method, or etude material, you can play along with a click track. It has a moving cursor, so you know where you are in the score. But if you're playing pieces with accompaniment, like a Brahms sonata for clarinet and piano, then you have the option where you can change the audio levels for the clarinet, for the piano, so you can play along with both the clarinet and the piano, just the piano. So this is such a great tool for score study, which is what I've been using it for quite a lot, even for pieces that I've already performed. It's a great way just to dive in a little bit deeper to the scores. They also have music such as the Brahms Clarinet Quintet. As anyone knows, I like Brahms, so I've been heavy on the Brahms recently. And this is really interesting because you can choose the audio levels for the different parts of the string quartet version. So you can choose to hear only violin one, maybe just a little bit less of the viola, or different variations like this. So this is just such a great tool to do more interactive, more engaging score study as well for any clarinetist of any level. In addition to having thousands of pieces for clarinet, I mentioned that it's available for all the different skill levels, but I want to mention this because I think this is not so common. And I've heard a few people say, well, maybe I'm not good enough for Tomplay. I don't know if I could play the pieces. If you know at least a few notes, maybe 5 or 6 notes, you will find pieces that you can play on Tomplay. And it's also a great practice tool because if you don't know the notes, you can learn in the app. Every piece has different fingerings where you can stop and hover over a note. It will teach you the fingerings for clarinet. So even if you're afraid you're not at that level, they have all the way from absolute beginner to very easy, all the way to professional, to upper advanced. So whatever your skill level is, I guarantee you will find something that you like on Tomplay in the clarinet library. If you've ever read my blog, Jenny Clarinet, you know that I'm a big fan of a properly balanced warm-up routine. So I love collecting different etudes, different method books, different clarinet exercises, or just different books that help me improve my fundamentals. And I'm really pleased to share that Tomplay has such a great selection of these exercises on the Tomplay Music Library. So I've added several of these to my scores, and I use them for my daily warm-up routine. These are things such as Paul Jean-Jean's Vade Mecum, which I use most every day. There's even a version for 2 clarinets, which makes it a little bit more engaging to practice along with this backing track. They have the Lefebvre studies, and they have a variety of different scale, exercise, and warm-up methods that you can do so you can improve your overall clarinet playing. As a teacher, I highly recommend Tomplay for any of my students, especially the ones that are preparing for performances or recitals. I encourage everyone to do a lot of score study before they step into that first rehearsal, and this is such a great way to do it where you're not just looking at a score and listening to recordings, but you can actually play along. You can immerse yourself and feel what it feels like to play along with a piece, the Brahms sonata, for example, the Mozart concerto. So you truly understand what it's like to perform the piece with accompaniment instead of passively listening to this. So this is such a great tool to immerse yourself in the score study. Having moved a lot, I try to travel as light as I can, but one thing that's always hard is sheet music. I do have a lot of my sheet music scanned, but the Tomplay app has been absolutely invaluable to me because I have access to all of these standard pieces of clarinet repertoire. So I'm not afraid when I travel, what if I forget this piece? What if I forget this? What if it's not there? Before I go, I can add it to my scores on the Tomplay app and I will have access to the score, which I could print if I wanted to. I could play along with the app. I could practice with the accompaniment backing track. So I no longer have to worry about traveling with my hundreds of pounds of sheet music because it's all in the Tomplay app. Another feature of Tomplay that I appreciate as a clarinetist and as an educator is the built-in click track and the metronome. So you do have the ability to adjust the tempo, whether you want to slow it down or speed it up. They have practice loops and they have a variety of tools which allow you to choose certain sections. You can loop them together, you can do repetitions to build that muscle memory, and then you could expand sections. So all the tools that any proper practice session needs are all available in the Tomplay app, and it's very easy to use. So this is great for me in my personal practice, but it's also wonderful when my students use Tomplay and they use these tools too. Another great thing about Tomplay is the app has a built-in recording function, and this is great if you're trying to improve your practice session and you just want to take a recording and listen back. The in-app recording capabilities allow you to do audio and video recording. You can even opt in to share the scrolling score at the bottom, and you could select which parts are displayed, which is great if you want to create a video to share online on social media, or if you just want to do an audio recording to listen how you're sounding during your practice. This is a wonderful feature in Tomplay. I think what I like the best about Tomplay is that it's just fun. Even if it's a piece I've already performed before, it's nice to have the ability to play it again and have the accompaniment, so it feels like a more complete performance even when I'm practicing at home and I don't have a pianist available right now. I still feel immersed in that musical world. It's fun even if you're just doing some of the scales. Tomplay has tom scales where they have the variety of key signatures and different patterns. So you can choose backing tracks for different exercises like these. It's just a very interactive way to do something we should be doing anyways, which is practicing. It makes it a lot more fun and a lot more engaging. So I love Tomplay. My students that use it love Tomplay, and I hope that you will try it and I hope that you like it as much as I do.